June 30th, 1974, a Sunday morning in Atlanta. The Ebenezer Baptist Church buzzed with the quiet energy of the faithful. Among them was Alberta Williams King, a woman of quiet strength and deep faith. She was the heart of her family, the mother of Martin Luther King Jr. But on this day, evil waited in the pews. As the service began, a young man, Marcus Wayne Chenault, rose from his seat. He pulled out a gun. Chaos erupted. When the gunfire ended, Alberta King lay dead. Another parishioner, Edward Boykin, also lost his life. The congregation was in shock. A day of peace had been shattered by senseless violence. The murder of Alberta King sent shockwaves through the nation. It was a cruel echo of the assassination of her son, Martin Luther King Jr., just 6 years earlier. The King family, already familiar with unspeakable grief, was devastated. But amidst the pain, questions lingered. Who was Marcus Wayne Chenault and what drove him to such a horrific act? Marcus Wayne Chenault was born in Winchester, Kentucky in 1951. He was an average student, seemingly ordinary. He went on to attend Ohio State University, initially aiming for a career in law. But somewhere along the way, Chenault's path took a dark turn. He became increasingly withdrawn, his thoughts growing stranger. He embraced a radical fringe of the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, a group with beliefs far outside mainstream Judaism. This group taught that black people were the true Israelites and harbored deep animosity towards Christianity. Chenault's descent intensified under the influence of Hananiah E. Israel, a self-proclaimed prophet. Israel preached a gospel of hate, denouncing black civil rights leaders and Christianity. Chenault, his mind already fragile, became consumed by these teachings. He began to see himself as a soldier in a holy war, chosen to carry out God's will. His descent into madness was complete. On that fateful Sunday, Chenault walked into Ebenezer Baptist Church armed with 2 pistols. He had traveled from Ohio with a terrifying purpose, to assassinate Martin Luther King Sr. He saw King Sr. as a symbol of everything he had come to despise. But as fate would have it, King Sr. was not leading the service that day. Instead, Alberta King sat at the organ, her back to the congregation. Chenault saw an opportunity. He stood up, his eyes filled with hate, and opened fire. The first shot struck Alberta King, killing her instantly. Panic gripped the church as Chenault continued to fire, striking Edward Boykin and another parishioner. The air filled with the smell of gunpowder and the screams of the terrified congregation. Chenault, his gruesome mission accomplished, made no attempt to escape. He was quickly apprehended, his face a mask of cold detachment. The devil's work was done. Chenault was diagnosed with schizophrenia but found competent to stand trial. He was sentenced to death for his crimes. The King family, though devastated by Alberta's murder, advocated against the death penalty for her killer. They believed in the sanctity of life, even the life of the man who had taken so much from them. In 1995, Chenault's sentence was commuted to life in prison. He died later that year from a stroke. The murder of Alberta King was a senseless act of violence, born from hatred and fueled by mental illness. It was a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the human heart. Yet, even in the face of such tragedy, the King family remained steadfast in their commitment to peace and justice. They understood that hatred could only be overcome with love and forgiveness. Their strength and resilience in the face of unimaginable loss serve as a beacon of hope in a world that can often seem shrouded in darkness.